Good morning and welcome back to Places in Ontario, Canada. This morning we're at Frenchman's Bay Marina in Pickering, Ontario, Canada for a video I'm doing on what's referred to as the Lost Boys of Pickering. They were 6 young teenage men who went missing on Friday, March 17th, 1995. They were on an Imitation Boston Waler motorboat, 14 feet, and they were last seen on camera at 1:48 a.m. on the marina's security camera. The young men were Boyle, 17, Michael Cummins, 17 of Oshawa, Danny Higgins, 16 of Ajax, Jamie Lefebvre, 17 of Scarborough, Robbie Romboldt, 17, and Chad Smith, 18. Robbie, Chad, and Jay were from Pickering. So I'm going to do a walk along over to the marina here. I know it's late at night, but there's a lot of people down here. So I thought maybe I'd see if I could at least recreate the evening 26 and a half years ago. It seems crazy that these young men went missing and they were out on Lake Ontario. And I believe the weather was, I want to say, -8 or -10 degrees. So if they fell out of the boat in that water, they would have froze to death. I'm just assuming now, because the young men were never found. Their bodies were never found. The boat was never found. They did find a gas can on the other side of Lake Ontario in, I want to say Rochester, New York, but I'm not sure. They were down in the marina here. I'm not sure if this building was here at the time. And I'm not sure if we can see much out here. I did bring a light. It may help a bit, but I don't see it helping very much at all. But this is the edge here of the walkway. And that, of course, is the lake just after those rocks. So these are the boats out here at night. I know I could be here in the daytime showing you, but I sort of wanted to show you the effect at night and what exactly they went through, although it was much colder, snowing, etc. So I'm going to go back where I started the video at the sign there, up at the last light pole on the right. There's 3 of them here. I'm going to go over there and start walking down Liverpool to the lake and show you where they went out on the boat that night. So this is the lake house sign for Frenchman's Bay Marina, and I'm going to go through the back area here because this is where the young men came down that morning. Apparently they were out at a party. A bunch of friends knew they were coming out to the marina that night. The story goes that they took a boat out. I guess the word is stolen. This is going on the police reports. A couple of them were caught on camera when they went out in that Boston Waler and were never seen again. So talk too loud because there's lights on in this boat, and I think somebody's there. Some people live in the boats year-round. So this is where you can buy a boat. Sort of the offices. It's called the 10-Key Marina. I don't think it was called that at the time. And this is a bar and restaurant, which was here. I don't remember the name in 1995. If you're not seeing very much, my apologies. I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there about what happened to them, but nobody will really know. As once again, the bodies of these young gentlemen, who are actually, now that I think of it, the oldest one was 18 and they've been gone for 26 and a half years, so they've been gone longer than they were alive. It's so sad. This bar right here, just at the end of Liverpool, is called The Sailing. Now, I know it was a different name years ago. I just can't remember the name. But as mentioned, it's actually closer to 1 in the morning now. And that's looking north up Liverpool. So as we go down here, a lot more light, which is nice. This is the boardwalk that takes you down to Lake Ontario, which was the last place these young men were seen. Well, they weren't really seen, but it is assumed that they were lost in the lake. And after 26 years, I think one of these gentlemen actually had a child. So I'm not sure why you would run away and 6 people would run away, and this is just a theory of mine, so I'm no expert, but all the conspiracy theories and the talking online about it. My theory is they went out on a boat, they'd been drinking, we know what drinking can do, and the boat capsized, clothing gets wet, it's freezing cold in the water. I think they were saying it was like minus 20 or minus 30 in the water. So I think they said if you fell in the lake, your body would survive maximum 5 minutes. So if they were out on that lake, sadly they were lost in Lake Ontario and succumbed to the cold weather. All this here is pretty well new. We're down at the very end of Liverpool. So as I walk into the center area, that light up there, I think it's at the Big M Burgers area. By the way, shout out to Big M Burgers, great burgers. So, back to the story of these young men. Although I'm not giving you a lot of information, it's sort of my tribute to these men. Because after 26 and a half years, there's still no answer. I just thought I'd turn the light on. What is blue-green algae? Well, I can tell you, it's the second week of November here, Lake Ontario, and it's sort of a warm night, but it can be cold out here. And if I can try and get this is the It's so crowded here in the daytime that I wanted to come here at this time. There's a breaker wall here that takes you down to the water here. As I walk along the stones here, I don't want to slip, so I'm going to end the video here. And I just want to say that I hope the gentlemen, my theory, who were lost in the lake that evening, are resting in peace, and the family is keeping up their memory. I know there's a bench down here, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody told me there was a bench down here dedicated to them. And I was down here once before, and I was looking at all the benches, and I just couldn't find them. So perhaps another day I will do that. I wanted to get off those rocks. They're pretty slippery and wet. It just rained here about 2 hours ago, so okay, so from the waterfront down here in Pickering, Ontario, Canada, once again, I'd like to say rest in peace to the young gentlemen. I'd like to mention their names again, which I have written down here. There was J. Boyle, who was 17 years old, from Pickering. Michael Cummins, 17, of Oshawa. Danny Higgins, 16, of Ajax. Jamie Lefebvre, Lefebvre, I'm not saying that right, 17, from Scarborough. Robbie Romboldt, 17, of Pickering, and Chad Smith, 18, of Pickering. Once again, I hope they rest in peace. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel here at Places in Ontario, Canada, please do. If you'd like to like the channel, just click like for this video. You can always subscribe, as always, here in the bottom right corner, right there, right where I'm pointing. And become a member, and when you log on to YouTube, you'll be notified when we upload, or I upload, the video. I usually upload a video every 3 days at 12 noon Eastern Time. So be sure to come back soon. Also, if you're watching this video, I think as this video goes up, I have over 80 videos before this. So don't quote me. I've been wrong before. So we hope to see you back again at Places in Ontario, Canada. And as this video hits the 14-minute mark, have a wonderful morning, evening, or day. What a great way to live, out on the boat. Have a wonderful day.